Welcome to what I suppose we should call the bright stream. For once, it's a daily one. So some of you who are not up when I do the other ones, especially the Europeans, have a chance to tune in live for once. VoxDay, VoxDay.blogspot.com, and SJWs always lie. Buongiorno. Anyhow, I can't believe what CNN is doing. I cannot believe that after all of the meme wars and the meme magic and the election of the God Emperor and everything that, the Streisand effect, everything that the media has learned, Gawker going down, GamerGate, all this stuff. I mean, what are they thinking? What were the K-File people, Andrew Kaczynski and the others at the K-File, thinking when they decided that they were going to force this kid, because by all reports, it's a 15-year-old boy, as far as we know. That's what the rumors is. Han Asshole Solo. It has been, targeted, threatened, and told that if he didn't behave, if he didn't do what they wanted, then they would dox him. Now, I don't think that any crime has been committed myself. I think that's unlikely. But, it's really remarkable to see this kind of panicked behavior on the part of the mainstream media. And so, the reports have come in that and the kid's identity. What did they really want to accomplish here? What were they trying to do? Were they that freaked out? I mean, they made the CNN clip a story. The whole thing with that wrestling clip with Trump and the CNN logo was a completely media-generated story, because they were trying to, basically they just tried to weaponize it against Trump. And what we're seeing here is the same thing we saw with fake news. The media tries to use its microphone power in order to weaponize things against their enemies, in which case is mostly Donald Trump. And then in doing so, they create weapons against themselves. And so, there is some reason to believe that, based on what Andrew Kaczynski said, he said, well, this is the same guy who did, anti-Semitic meme, blah, blah, blah. Well, how is it anti-Semitic to simply identify which of CNN's employees are Jewish? Okay? There's nothing intrinsically, inherently anti-Semitic in correctly identifying people. Now, I don't even think that it was correct. To me, maybe it was, but I don't know. I don't police the ethnic demographics at CNN. I don't pay any attention to CNN myself. Anyhow, I'd never even heard of this K-File thing. But I don't believe that was the real reason. Yeah, he is the one that made the CNN Jew meme. I don't believe that that's the real reason that they targeted him. I think the real reason that they targeted him is because that their attempt to weaponize the video backfired so badly, and so they were trying to figure out how to defuse and get rid of that weapon. And it's obviously gone very, very badly wrong. So what I'd encourage you to do, if you're on Periscope, you have a Twitter account, what I'd encourage you to do is do what the GamerGaters do. Okay? get out there and meme. The rhetoric to use is obviously CNN blackmail, CNN is kill. I put up a meme, just a typical GamerGate style meme with the, it's from a game with somebody sentenced to the guillotine and, with the CNN logo in the place of the guy's head. There is definitely a Jewish... You guys really need to get over your obsession with, you deny this! I'm not denying anything. I am simply saying, on the basis of what I have observed, I believe that the main reason that they were doing this is they're trying to de-weaponize the meme that they inadvertently weaponized against themselves. And so the Jew meme is something, no, it's fine. The Jew meme is something that they retreated to try to justify their behavior. Okay, you see the difference there? You have one thing that Jews often do is when they get caught out doing something they shouldn't, or when they go too far, then they try to retreat to, well, it was okay for me to do that because anti-Semitism. So that's what I think. That we are seeing here, because some people are saying that they were going after him solely because of that thing, and they were just using the video as an excuse. I don't think so. The CNN Jew meme was pretty minor. The wrestling Trump meme was massive, huge, and it was something that they thought was going to be useful. They thought they were going to make it a big deal, and it didn't work. And so, no, but again, you have it backwards. They went too far. They got caught. The attempt to weaponize it backfired and broke into the news cycle. And so, because they got caught, they're trying to justify it and get away. I mean, if you read Kaczynski's tweets, you can see he's like, "Hey, enough." This is why I don't do the daytime ones very often. So anyhow, yeah, and that's what's ironic, and this is again why I don't believe that that was their rationale. I think that was panic flailing about, because now you're going to see the Streisand effect with that CNN Jew meme. So, so what we're seeing here possibly is the birth of a newer, bigger, and broader GamerGate. If you recall, GamerGate was the same type of thing. It was journalists, game journalists, behaving badly and attacking their readership. And so this has the potential to spiral out of control the same way that GamerGate did. And so the rules mean that the correct thing to do is to follow the direction that GamerGate laid out. The alt-right has been very successful. For the alt-right anyhow, the more that we have followed GamerGate guidelines and practices, the more successful we've been. The more we've gotten away from them, the more problems and the more self-inflicted damage we have done. So what are those principles? Email. One of our primary mottos in GamerGate was shut up and email. So send emails to their sponsors, asking their sponsors if they endorse CNN's blackmailing underage kids. You would be surprised at how effective that can be. Secondly, send out memes, send out anti-CNN memes, and retweet them as much as you can. If you see that Bane meme, if you see that CNN is kill meme, whenever you see them, retweet them. It may not sound like much, but it's a big deal. Yes, absolutely tweet at sponsors. Email and tweet at them. But don't tweet the memes at the sponsors. And that's a good idea too. Email the cable companies requesting that they, asking them if they endorse this behavior on that case. And so, another thing, people are going to rush in to try to claim some kind of leadership. Don't let them do that. This is going to be a big deal because Cernovich was on top of it like that. Okay? If there's somebody whose instincts, Cernovich has the best instincts for reading the media and for reading social media out there. If he jumped on top of this, that means it's probably got some legs. Now, Stefan is good that way too. So, those guys are fine. Those guys are fine. Those guys are going to do their own thing. They are basically force multipliers. But what you have to watch out for is people who are going to want to jump in and do the Richard Spencer routine and speak for speak for the Chans or something. I don't know, because this is not because remember, GamerGate was not an organization either. GamerGate was a hashtag. And yet the media tried to anoint people the leader of GamerGate. Just like they've tried to anoint people the leader of the alt-right. Whatever this turns into, whatever CNN blackmail or CNN is kill or whatever this turns into, you're going to see the media try to create leaders, and you're going to see people try to leap in front of the crowd and claim they're leading the parade. And so, and here, that's the thing. Somebody said they hate Cernovich, but what I said is true. You don't have to like somebody to respect that they know what they're doing. Whether you like Tom Brady or not, he's a great quarterback. Whether you like Mike Cernovich or not, he is a great media analyst. And so, whether he eventually, it's not relevant. See, here's the problem. You guys say, well, do you think so-and-so is ever going to support this or ever support this? Who the fuck cares? It's not about that. Mike is never, ever going to be a leader of a political movement. Period. Neither am I. That's not what we do. And so, just respect people and use people for what they have to offer. You pay attention. Why do you pay attention to Cernovich? Because Cernovich knows what the next big media cycle is going to be. And he knows how to use it. Okay? And so, same way with Stefan. Stefan is the biggest force multiplier out there. Yes, Paul Joseph Watson may have more subscribers or whatever. I don't know if he actually does. InfoWars may be bigger, but those guys do not help people out the way that Stefan does. So the fact that both Cernovich and Molyneux are on this CNN thing indicates how big it is going to be, because we haven't even gotten to the whole media amplification part of the cycle. That's going to come today and tomorrow. And so if you don't understand what I'm talking about here, you need to go and read MAGA Mindset. Cernovich's MAGA Mindset. He lays all this stuff out there. It's a very short book, but there's a lot of very important information out there. So, so the key is to keep hammering CNN. Retweet, create memes, email the sponsors and just continue to hammer them. And so, but see, so he said, I'm not. That's the whole point. It's not garbage. You will learn from it. Okay, that's why this is why people who I think people who are ideologues are kind of stupid. I've known some very smart people who refuse to read, like the Communist Manifesto. They refuse to read stuff because, those are communist things. Well, yes, but wouldn't you like to know what they're going to do before they do it? So, and now that, and the thing is, CNN knows they've put their foot in it. Their social media has largely gone quiet. Kaczynski actually tried to pull a "This is Kurt's wife" when he said, I just talked to Han Solo and he didn't feel threatened at all. Well, you're holding a PR gun to his head. He'll say anything you want. And this is the thing is that the media believes that they are the good guys, and so they believe that whatever they do is good because they're the good guys. The fact that they can, there's already been some great memes. The CNN is ISIS memes. The best one I've seen is one with it's got two ISIS guys with CNN heads, and the guy in the middle on his knees confessing to his crimes. And that's anytime you see people doing those whole forced confessions, you're not the good guys. So, the Third Reich was pagan. They actually had a replacement pagan church they were in the process of developing. And I hope that the God Emperor has the ruthlessness to jump on this, to invite Han Asshole Solo to the White House, and then after he does that, remove CNN's White House access. So, if the God Emperor does that, there's a pretty good chance that he could rip the lungs out of CNN. And so, so get the memes going. Get those memes going out there. Have them, I don't know. I'm not a great meme maker myself. I've been known to do a few, but those of you who are better at it, figure out how you do that. CNN had clout because they were the first on the scene. They were the first, cable news network. They created that space, and Ted Turner did a good job of building them into the news infrastructure. So anyhow, one thing I want to mention that is totally unrelated while we're here. I mentioned last night my belief that there's something going on with Korea. I did see a comment that there was going to be some sort of show of force in Korea soon. So keep an eye on that. And like I said, if you see, I don't think anything is going to happen until after Trump meets with Putin, but it's possible that there could be something going on either as a distraction in Syria or a direct action in North Korea as soon as Friday. So I'm just mentioning this. And so the next private brainstorm is tonight. I'm sending out the invite soon. So anyhow, that's all I had. This was just a I couldn't believe when I woke up this morning and I was reading this stuff. I couldn't believe what happened, and so I thought I would take advantage of the fact we have a quiet house for the moment to go ahead and do this. But the opportunity, the window of opportunity is open. Strike hard. Retweet, email, meme, That's how it's done. That's how GamerGate did it. That's how the alt-right did it. When the window is open for that media cycle of 1 to 3 days, that's when you got to hit it hard. So this is the time. Do it now, and have a good day.